E aí, rapaziada, tranquilidade, Chacal no comando, aqui mais uma vez, voltando com nossa série de Alan Wake. Finalmente, pessoal, chegamos no bendito posto para procurar ajuda, no telefone. Após cairmos em outro pesadelo, nossa esposa desaparecer e enfrentarmos o caos Stuck, como boss aí no vídeo anterior. Vamos lá, pessoal, chegamos no posto. Vai ver que tem um manuscrito aqui, vamos ver.
Stucky spat on the garage floor and tried to shake the cobwebs from his head. Ever since the couple never showed to pick up the keys, things had been fuzzy. Something, a feeling caught his attention. Stucky looked up and stared as his brain tried in vain to process the horror before him. He stumbled back, knocking over a can of oil. A black pool spread across the floor while he struggled for a brief moment, then let go as the unrelenting darkness engulfed him.
Aí nesse manuscrito diz que
The Deer Fest had been 2 weeks away when we arrived. If the day count on the banner was right, I was missing a whole week between the night we got here and now.
Então, aquele manuscrito diz que conta a história do Stuck depois que o casal não apareceu para pegar a chave, no caso eu e minha esposa. Ele ficou enlouquecido, né? A escuridão tomou ele.
It looked like someone had trashed the place, or that there'd been some kind of fight.
Se teve alguma porradeira aqui, ó. Óleo derrubado. Pessoal, o jogo é meio confuso, né? Mas nós temos que ficar por dentro aqui. Aqui o Alan relembrou que faltava uma semana para a festa do cervo, né? Que aquele rapaz lá na balsa, no início do jogo, nos disse. Vamos lá, pessoal. O negócio ficou tenso aqui. Caralho!
I'll keep writing. Outside there's only darkness. Outside the cabin, outside the story, there's only darkness. I can feel her presence in the dark. Just now, I could smell her perfume in the room. I'll reach her, I'll fix it up. I'll bring her back. The story will come true. If I stop, she's lost. I don't believe this. It'd been me on the TV, talking crazy. Was I losing my mind?
Isso estava no manuscrito. Estava no manuscrito que a televisão ia ligar sozinha. E eu ia aparecer dentro da televisão, né? Caramba, pessoal. Estou tenso aqui. Leu, festa do cervo. 15 a 18 de setembro, jogos, atividade, rifa para criança. Ok. Que eu fiquei sabendo. Pera aí. Deixa eu ver aqui. Tem um biscoitinho aqui, ó. Come aí, Alan. Camisinha? Porra, essa? Coração, deve ser velas. Cafezinho. Aqui pelo jeito não tem nada. Vamos lá no telefone. É o que importa.
Rainfall Sheriff Station.
Aí a xerife. Eu vou enganar ela, né? De acordo com o manuscrito que encontramos anteriormente. Vamos ver o que vai acontecer.
Thank God, Sheriff.
Sheriff Sarah Breaker. You are...
I'm Alan Wake, but listen. I was in a car crash. My wife, Alice, she's missing.
Calm down, Mr. Wake.
We were staying in a cabin on the island, on Cauldron Lake.
There's no island on Cauldron Lake. Not since the big eruption in the 70s.
Please, I can take you there, okay?
You look like you've taken a pretty bad knock to the head. Are you okay?
Listen.
We'll figure this out. Please get in the car. We'll swing by the lake and then we'll go to the station, okay? Mr. Wake, have you seen Stucky, the guy who owns this place?
I realized I couldn't tell her what had happened in the forest. She wouldn't have believed me, and then she wouldn't have helped me with Alice.
Pelo jeito, o Carl Stuck é dono desse posto de gasolina. Ele estava possuído, larguei a bala nele, né? Essa xerife tá meio esquisita, hein? Ela me levou lá na ilha dizendo que não havia casa nenhuma, chalé, né? E realmente não tem. Onde está Alice?
A candy-colored clown they call the Sandman tiptoes to my room every night, just to sprinkle stardust and to whisper, go to sleep.
Terminamos o primeiro episódio, pessoal. Como se fosse uma série de televisão. Show de bola, música maneira. Vamos para o próximo.
Previously on Alan Wake. I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it. God damn it, Alice.
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at, but the cabin had disappeared.
Taken, possuídos. Voltou no tempo para explicar algum acontecimento.
Honey, I'm home.
Voltamos aqui no controle, pessoal.
Worst weather I've ever seen.
You should put some coffee on. It'll warm you up.
Voltamos aqui no Alan 3 anos atrás, tá até sem barba, tá bonitão. Deve ser para explicar alguma coisa, né? No caso, vimos que a mulher dele tá tentando... Desculpa, pessoal. A mulher dele tá tentando fazer com que ele volte a escrever algum livro. Ele parou de escrever algum sucesso há 2 anos, né? Voltamos a 3. Vamos ver o que aconteceu com Alan. Ela ofereceu o café. Eu comprei uma televisãozinha nova, ó. Se LED Full HD, 32 polegadas. Essa marca aí deve ser bananada. Ela me ofereceu café, então. Como achei café em todos aqueles pesadelos lá, eu devo ser viciado do caralho em café mesmo. Vamos lá, ali. Mesma garrafinha azul.
This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
Ela tá revelando minhas fotos aqui. Eu bonitão. Aí, bendita garrafa de café. Vamos preparar o café para nossa querida Alice. Cadê o cafeteiro aqui?
Coffee's on.
Great, thanks. I'll need it if I'm gonna finish this by tomorrow.
Essa cafeteira aí é sinistra, hein? Só apertou o botão, o café ficou pronto, né? Vamos lá.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Essa pose aí tá pedindo, hein? Ela tá pedindo, hein, Alan? Vamos examinar nossas maquetes aqui que ela preparou pra gente no nosso escritório. Deve ser aqui. Achei. Mais um manuscrito? Manuscrito. Já tinha um aqui.
It's
Vamos
true
ver.
what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me. This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge. It had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer, mingling with the bile of the city. becoming one with them. I can see them now. My wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
É, bem sinistro, hein? Vamos ver aqui as maquetes.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
Eita, caralho.
Alan!
Ela tem fobia.
Please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
I'm right here, baby.
I'm fine. Just get the lights back on. Now, please.
Bora.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay.
Calma, amor. Calma.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
É, a escuridão tá ligada ao Alan desde pequeno, hein? Voltamos de novo a Bright Falls.
How do you feel, Mr. Wake? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wake, how are you feeling?
Caralho.
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wake, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head.
Peixão aqui, hein?
I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you
Que quero saber não.
Now, if you want either trout or salmon, on the other hand, then it's fly fish.
Vamos falar com a xerife Sarah. Na delegacia. Cadê você, Sarah?
Thank you for testing the lights, Miss Weaver. Everything seems to be fine.
Uma coisa pra ler aqui. Aqui. Desaparecido. É o... aquele... o boss que enfrentamos? Carl Stuck? Parece, né? Richard Bob, Bruce Dunsky, Jacob Miller. Vamos lá falar com a xerife.
Come in, Mr. Wake. Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Celular?
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd lock me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Eita, caralho.
There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here. After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid,
Mr. Wake,
pal.
can I help you with anything?
I'm watching you.
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he quit drinking for good.
Café.
No such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up.
Examinar.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the brake float. It's here. That's some good news, right?
Nada demais. Opa, manuscrito.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Com certeza aquela coroa que a Alice viu nesse manuscrito. Vamos lá que acho que sequestraram ela, né? Cala a boca, vai tomar no seu cu, rapá. Outro manuscrito.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the pain. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
Ok. Vamos lá, pessoal.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Deixa eu atravessar a cerca, deixa eu ver aqui. Tem Vai ver uma garrafa de café ali. Café pra caralho. E um rádio. Ok, mais uma notícia. Atravessar a cerca. Como? Isso aqui, né? É. Valeu! Outro manuscrito?
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall on the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
Pelo jeito não vai ter... Minha esposa não vai estar com ele, não. Então pra que diabos você vai pra lá?
Had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Habilitação da Alice.
Barry?
Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been trying to reach you for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Ow! What the hell is going on?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Chamei meu amigo para me dar uma carona. Pelo jeito, pessoal, estamos uma semana de perda, né? De memória. Durante essa semana, minha esposa desapareceu, aquela casa desapareceu também. E estamos aqui na delegacia. Aí.
A writer is a light that reveals the world of his story from darkness.
Eita.
Shapes it from nothingness. The way a sculptor carves a statue from a block of granite. If I stop, the world I'm making dies. Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about that, or I'll lose it. The dread lingers at the edge of perception. I'll push on. Anything is possible here. I'll write the story. I'll save her.
Eita.
Marvelous, Sarah.
I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave. Am I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey!
Eita!
Take it easy.
Caralho! Ficou com ciúme?
Move. Get your hands off of my client.
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Pelo jeito, eu tenho problema mesmo. Mas ainda não foi revelado.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
Aquele doutor não é bonitão não, pô.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him.
Hi, Rose.
Rose.
Wow, I was just thinking about you too.
Great.
I was just bringing Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Doidinha pra dar pro Alan. Safada.
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you. And she was very helpful when I was looking for you. Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice, and everything's just...
Do you understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller.
Esse Bel é engraçado. Ele não tá acreditando em mim, não.
When you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Ah, cala a boca, Bel. Tá falando pra caralho já. Vamos explorar aqui. Opa! Show de bola aqui, ó. Sei lá o nome dessa porra. Mamute. É, aqui não tem nada. Vamos falar com o Rusty. Então, não tem uma escrita aqui, ó. Não. Aí tá ali fora. Trancado.
Easy there, boy. I'm almost done.
Hey, Rusty, right? You rent cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure.
Abusada.
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use
You
here.
can't
Hell,
just
you're
go
not
and
supposed to
meet
hunt
a
within the park at
kidnapper.
all, but that
Those
doesn't
situations
stop
always
some
end up
lowlifes.
in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No, this whole thing is... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds.
Cala a boca.
If you're trying to
Fala pra caralho.
freak me out, it's working. Ha, let's have a laugh on Barry.
Olha o formulário aí.
Wait here. I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake. Glad to have you staying here.
Thanks. Can you tell me how to get to Lover's Peak?
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Ok, vamos lá chamar o chato do Barry.
Look, Al, you're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You
Cala a
hear that
boca.
from people who end up spending time in padded rooms.
Chato pra caralho.
That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. You're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Ok, vamos lá encontrar com esses sequestradores, né? No Lover's Peak. Pelo jeito, a Alice não vai estar lá, de acordo com os manuscritos. Esses manuscritos estão bem certinhos. Não falaram mentira ainda pra mim, não. Vamos lá. Eu tô... desliguei as luzes. O Barry não tem medo não, ele é macho. Apesar de ser chato. Ué, esse aqui não é o chalé que eu estava com a minha esposa? Se não é, é igual. Vamos lá.
I'll wait here, Al. I'll hold down the fort. I'll be with you in spirit every step of the way, Al.
Tá bom, pode trancar. Mais um manuscrito.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Barry está apavorado, né? Do jeito que ele tá reclamando pra caralho. Ele tá cheio de medo mesmo. É um carrão, hein?
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. It wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest.
Ok. Vamos a pé mesmo.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Ó, luz. Luz é sinal bom. Que caralho. Caralho. Arrepiei aqui. Uma casa aqui, pô. Eita, tá aberta. Pega a luz. Isso. Rádio.
Welcome back to the show, folks. As promised, our very own Dr. Nelson just parked his rear end in the studio.
Munição, muito bom.
What's your Deerfest plan like? My plan? You make it sound a lot more organized than I ever see, man.
Não tem mais nada, vamos seguir. Vamos seguir. Essa porra tá balançando sozinha, cara. Eita, caralho. Que isso? Ih, a luz apagou. Pessoal, estou arrepiado aqui. Outra casa. Vou entrar aqui não. Tô dando a volta, né? É. Não achei nada. Pessoal, tô tenso. Ó, leva esse pique para lá. Mas tem uma casa aqui. Deve ter alguma arma, eu vou lá. Essa aqui tá esquisita. Mas filha da puta. Tem luz não? Essa aqui não tem luz não. Televisão?
Crime and punishment. The cancer and cure of civilization. But some crimes are impossible to punish, especially in Night Springs.
Essa aqui não tem nada.
Tonight's episode.
Vai tomar no cu. Meteu o pé. Vamos embora. O telefone. Não dá pra mexer. Um carro abandonado. Outro manuscrito.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Pelo jeito o Rusty vai morrer. Caralho, começou essa visão.
The vision left me weak. This was no head injury.
Vai lá, corre.
Rusty, hang on. I'm coming. Please help me.
Tô chegando.
Anybody? Help me.
Cadê? Aonde?
Hello?
Achei.
Mr. Wake? Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found. Came true. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Vamos pegar a arma dele, né? Vamos ficar de bobeira. Caramba! O ataque foi feroz, hein? Cadê o cachorro? Não fez nada.
Shh. Good boy.
O cachorro é bem mansinho mesmo. Caramba, meu irmão. Um urso? Que porra de ataque foi esse? Destruiu tudo, cara.
The only way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Vamos ligar a luz mesmo. É aqui, né? É aqui. Mais um manuscrito. Não tô gostando disso não, pessoal.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Pelo jeito vamos quase morrer. Só que vamos nos safar de alguma forma. O que tem aqui? Bala, bateria e munição. Show.
I was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on.
Eita caralho. Caralho. Vai lá, corre. A escuridão.
The ground was covered with oily patches
Eita.
that looked like liquid darkness.
Caralho. Rush. Fudeu. Ai, dois, filha da puta. Toma luz. Filha da puta. Toma, calma. Desgraçado. Cadê o Rush? Ah, desapareceu.
Had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Cadê ele?
Don't feed the animals.
Missão?
For those prisoners who purchase a park.
Ele virou também? Caralho!
Rusty, no.
Merda!
Two bears and wolves never approached any other closer than.
Caramba, cadê ele?
Pets must be leashed. Never leave your pet.
Cá, filha da puta! Caralho! Puta que pariu, cara!
This includes even humane or even simple berries.
Caralho! Ele aqui! Estourei ele! Caramba! Não sei o que aconteceu. Ele sumiu? Essa porra desse sino tocando agora. Caralho. Caralho. Puta. Puta. Caralho, gente. E agora? Pra cá. Tô tenso. Achei local, era por aqui. Eita caralho. Caramba. Luz. Ai. A cada poste desse aqui é um alívio, hein? Vamos lá. Deve ser o Barry. Olha lá. Falei?
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
O Barry viu alguma coisa lá no chalé, né? Tá assustado, apavorado. Mais um manuscrito.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
É. Últimas palavras do Rusty. Caramba. Vamos lá nesses sequestradores. Meter a bala na fuça desse filho da puta logo. Opção de revólver, bateria. Show. Vamos, pessoal. Por aqui não deve ter nada.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
Chegamos, mas eu vi um negócio amarelinho aqui, ó. Vi sim. Uma setinha. Tem uma coisa pra cá. Ah lá. Tô aqui no escuro mesmo, Alan. Vamos lá, vamos lá. Caramba. Achei. Morcego. Tem algo para ler aqui. A caverna de Lucô, né? Bem antiga. Espingarda, show. Show de bola. Deve ser munição. Bateria. É só bateria, mas bastante. É importante. Pra cá não tem nada, vamos retornar. Tô escutando algumas vozes de fundo, alguns sons. Esquisito. O Alan, ele cansa muito rápido. Muito rápido mesmo. Agora vamos lá no objetivo principal, que é o Lover's Peak. Caralho. Bateria. Eita caralho. Puta que pariu. Vem. Vem. Tem mais. Ai caralho. Puta. Estoura. Peguei o ritmo. Um chapéu. Chapéu. No banheiro não tem ninguém. Vamos lá. Pô, é longe pra caralho essa porra, hein? Olha a escuridão. Olha a escuridão chegando. Caralho, que medo. Eita caralho. Filho da puta, apertei o palha sem querer. Estoura. Caralho, viado. Caralho. Tira. 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 Filha da puta. Foi atirando e carregando. Caralho. Apertei pra ler essa porra sem querer, o cara me atacou. Ah, fala sobre o pinheiro aqui. É antigo. É a escuridão. Agora tá... dominou tudo aqui, hein. Olha. Aí, filha da puta. Caralho, mano. Sempre vem um por trás, cara. Esse filho da puta corre pra caralho. Puta. Caralho, tem um outro por trás aqui, cara. Falta um. Tá onde? Olha lá. Caraca. Tem nenhum poste aqui não, cara. Porra, não tem nenhum poste aqui, mano. Tô sem life nenhum. Aqui, caralho. Puta que pariu. Espera aí. É, filha da puta, vem. A bateria agora tá ficando fodida. Caramba. E minha munição também tá acabando. Eu não tava vendo isso não. Olha lá um poste lá. Chegamos. É. O negócio tá doido, hein. Partida. Show de bola. Aqui tem, deve ser munição, bateria. Sempre. Vamos vir pra cá. Telefone. Outra. É, rapaz. Esse rapaz do machado deve estar me esperando lá, hein. Cadê? Eu vi alguma coisa aqui, ó. Aqui, página.
I turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason. Packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo. Things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more.
Ok. As caixas de suprimento, pelo jeito, alguém deixou por aí, né? Alguém que já passou pela escuridão antes. Ó, urso. Tô falando, deve ter sido o urso que atacou lá o Rush. Fazer aquele estrago todo. Tô entrando aqui na névoa. Eita. Fudeu, hein. Vamos lá. Ih, olha o tamanho do machado desse cara. Olha, atrás uns amiguinhos ainda. Caralho, escapei na sorte. Escapei de novo. Da puta história aí. Caralho, pegou. É de pé. Aí, cara, esse filho da puta. Caralho, filho da puta, corre pra caralho. Ela tá cansado, cara. Caralho, tá foda. Caralho, pegou! Caralho! Caralho, só tenho ele, eu acho, agora. Caralho! Filho da puta! Estoura ele! Ah, não, mentira. E agora? Tô sem munição. Tem que achar munição, cara. Caralho, fudeu. Onde que eu acho munição? Volta. Caralho, fudeu, tô sem munição. Caralho. Eu vou achar alguma munição aqui, acho que ele ficou pra trás. Caramba. Eu vou achar munição e vou voltar naquele filho da puta que eu não... tem que matar ele. É cafezinho. Munição, munição. Aí é tipo... linha do tempo, né? Local. Quero munição. Caralho, tá de sacanagem. Filho da puta. Essa lixeira andou, hein? Eu vou ter que matar aquele filho da puta lá, cara. Cadê você, filho da puta? É, eu acho que deu Beyblade ele, hein? Vamos lá, seguindo o Lava Spark. Perei aqui a vida, né? Se trancar, temos que dar a volta. Caramba, foi tenso, hein? E agora? Caramba. O Alan tá bem cansado. Tá trancado. Vamos pular. Eita caralho. O mapa. Vamos pegar um bondinho? Vamos. Chama ele. Venha, bondinho da escuridão. Vai dar alguma merda nesse bondinho. Pô. Olha o tempo que ele leva pra chegar aqui. Ó, o tempo que ele vai chegar aqui. O tempo que eu vou entrar nele. Ele chegar do outro lado, vai acontecer alguma coisa. Tenho certeza. Olha só. Ó. Ó. Eu tô te falando. Caraca, era fato. Eita caralho. Eita. Aos possuídos. Que isso, hein?
Come on, we gotta get moving. More of them coming.
Isso estava no manuscrito.
That flashlight's kid stuff. The flares will keep the bastards away.
É, o cara chegou cheio de marra. Dando uma bola ali.
You can see them too? Hell, of course I see them. Come on, we gotta move.
Why?
Because that's the way the story goes.
Yeah, but...
Let's move!
I lost my gun back there.
Oh, I've got a gun. Just keep
Show
that
de
light
bola,
steady
hein?
on him.
It took a moment, but then I recognized him. He'd been on the ferry when I first arrived here.
Então, pessoal, é isso. Espero que tenham gostado. Se gostou, dá uma likeada nesse bagulho aí. Favorite para dar uma força na divulgação e se inscreva para não perder nenhum dos meus vídeos diários. Se não gostou, comenta aí embaixo dizendo o porquê e o que eu posso fazer para melhorar. O feedback de vocês é muito importante para mim.